Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. So, the plants. You guys ready for the big reveal?
Yes.
You were supposed to stall so I could find the right soundtrack to play.
No, I'm not ready at all. Let's just
I found it.
stall.
It's too late. All right. There are odd plants out here, but unlike the old man's house, these plants are all like really strongly scented plants, like jasmine and durian, like things with a strong odor.
Almost like someone was trying to mask their odor. Like perhaps if they were a zombie?
Your words, not mine.
Well, we need a good lead, and we know just how to get it. We're going to go back to Shenanigans. We're going to announce loudly that we've had a gigantic break, and we're just going to have a drink, a celebratory drink of this big taste-breaking break.
Okay.
We follow it up, and we wait for thugs to come in and tell us to stop digging.
Well, I'm gonna dig up this entire backyard before we go back to Shenanigans. Or
you can find gardening implements, shovels, hose, that sort of thing, gardening hose, and you can go ahead and dig up the backyard.
Okay. Remember what it said.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What was said?
The mark. I'm not going to say it because we don't want to share it with the non-initiated.
Oh, okay.
The hobo mark.
Right, the hobo mark. Okay.
When he starts digging stuff out, can I look around? Is anyone like keeping do I notice anyone looking at us or notice?
That is an excellent question. Make me a perception check as you gaze around to see if anything's going on. Yeah, you spot someone. The house just to the south of you, there's like a little old knot that has been removed, and there's an eye sticking through the fence watching you guys in the backyard.
So I want to, as subtly as I can, kind of like tilt my head to try and get their attention to look there without saying anything or
give me a charisma check to see if you can subtly get their attention. Oh yeah, you got it. Oh, you got it.
So I'll just whisper, over there, guys, look.
I'm gonna immediately stop digging and look at the fence.
I'm gonna go around.
Don't make it obvious.
All right, I'm gonna go around and look to the front of this house to see about more clues. I'll move out of sight of the eye knot, and then I'll try to sneak around the back of that.
Sure. When Armand looks directly at the fence, the eye moves away, and the cork, the knot, gets put back in the fence.
I'm gonna immediately run up to the fence and kind of jump over.
All right.
Jump kind of on it and check out who's on it.
Give me a strength or dex check to just throw yourself over the fence. This is a one-handed hop. This is
This is two-handed. So I'm gonna jump up on the fence like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna stay on the fence.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna lift yourself up onto it
and look at him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength or dex check. Either one.
Okay.
Easy peasy. You throw yourself up there, and there's a woman on the other side, sort of backpedaling away from you and turning around and quickly trying to walk away, but then she stops because she knows she's been caught. And she turns on her heel and looks at you.
Okay. Just gonna look at. I'm gonna look back at the guys. Guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb over the fence.
I went around the side.
Sure.
Yeah,
you
are we able
go
to
around.
circle around?
You guys can circle around. Some of you go around the side. You can see over the fence. There is New Buck. Armand hopped over the fence looking at her.
New Buck.
Hi there. She says.
I'm seeing the old backyard.
Hello, Margaret.
That's not my name.
Does she Can I make some sort of check to see if she
Yeah, give me a charisma check. See if she's lying to you. If she's pulling a fast one.
Is 17. Charisma is my absolute top.
Let's see it.
And I'm trying to switch tabs, but it's being slow.
Can I tie up her hands?
Oh, gee, that escalated quickly.
You can try.
Sure.
Yeah, you approach her, pulling out some rope, and she begins to backpedal away from you and goes, "Excuse me, help! Help! Robbers! Muggers!" She
Can
starts to
someone
cry.
roll? Because it's not switching between tabs.
Oh, yeah, I can roll you a d20 plus 17.
Yes.
30! She's not lying to you about her name not being Margaret.
Okay.
She begins to call for help, robbers. What do you guys do? Are you gonna help the poor woman who's being robbed? Or tied up?
I'll say, hang on there, friend. There's no need to arrest her yet. I'll put out my hand.
Okay, I'll stop. I'll pause.
Right with the right inflection. Rider, ace. Attorney.
Hi. She's looking over at Armand, scared. He's got these ropes and he's approaching her like he's gonna tie her up. What are you doing in my backyard?
I'll put the robes away and kind of like walk.
That's our
Outside.
question. What were you doing in your backyard looking through a hole in the fence?
Well, I was wondering what you guys were doing over there on my property.
Awfully interesting that you have a regular hole that you can pull the knot out of and put it back in, almost as if you do this a lot.
Well, it's my house. I like to keep an eye on both properties.
I see. And what do you normally... Can you tell us anything you've seen this morning? Interesting through that hole.
Nothing.
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 Why don't I believe you?
Because you're a mean man.
I'm not at all. I am, in fact, writer, comma, ace, period, attorney.
So while they're talking, Neal, can I walk around and look inside the windows of her house?
Yeah, you can poke around. They're all clean on the inside. Like, she takes meticulous care of her house. Yeah.
Just kind of like a normal house.
It looks like a normal, everyday house.
Yeah. I check for hobo marks at the front of her house.
Nothing.
All right.
No marks.
All right, safe.
And it's interesting that you didn't see anything when we have evidence, direct, unequivocal, physical evidence, as well as thought capture evidence that someone was in this house next door. So in light of that, would you like to amend your statement?
Maybe someone was there, but not when I was looking? I mean, I only look through the gate when I hear something out of the ordinary.
Did you hear anybody making a noise on the other side of the fence? Perhaps, ma'am, did you hear any cackling?
Cackling?
Cackling.
No. No. I didn't. Why do you want to know about what's happening over there anyway, huh?
Ma'am, we're doing the investigation.
Well, that's my house over there as well. I own both of them. Thank you very much. So, what's the problem?
What do you know about people who've been staying in that house?
Somebody kicked a hole in the door.
She seems unconcerned about the hole in the door. Look. I don't know anything about what goes on over there, okay? It's an extra house. I don't need it. I don't know who comes and goes, okay?
It's your house, but you don't know who comes and goes.
Yes. It was my...
You don't know who comes and goes in your own house.
Well, it's not the house that I live in. See, I live in this house, and
Why do you have
that
two
house. It was gifted to my husband before he passed.
Who is your husband?
Sid.
SID.
Yeah.
My name is Nancy. It's nice to meet you. Who are you all? What are you doing here?
I already told you, ma'am. I'm writer, comma, ace, period, attorney. I give her I pull out a card, I fix the punctuation, and I give it to her.
Well, I believe we've said and done all that we need to do. Now, if you just
Yes, we've had a very intelligent conversation. It was quite a service to us. Yes. Intelligent services.
Are there any
Will you
specific
let us
plants in
know
this?
if you happen to
backyard?
buy anything?
there's nothing unusual about the plants in her backyard. They look like ordinary gardening stuff. What would you say, Rob? Is there anything unusual about?
I said, will you let us know if you happen to spy anything going on over there?
In the house next door?
Yes. I mean, if you don't know about anybody coming and going, it sounds like a safe house.
Look, I don't know anything about my husband's old property. I don't really care for it very much anymore. It just sits there, and no one goes there, and it's just an abandoned place.
Nobody goes there,
No one goes there.
which is why you keep an eye on it through that knot in the
Which is
fence.
why I started looking through it when I heard strange noises.
You just happen to know that you had a knot there, just randomly checked, and it was pure happenstance.
It's my backyard. I know all about it. I tend to this fence.
man.
I know where the knots are.
Man, there are fish tacos in that house. And you're saying that there's nobody
No, what?
there, and
Why
yet
would there be fish tacos in the house?
I don't know, perhaps someone does go there, even though you just told us no one does.
I mean, look, I don't know for certain that nobody goes there, but it's not a place that I visit, nor do I tell anyone else to visit. Look, I don't know what's going on over there, okay? It's not my problem. It's just...
But man, if you're constantly observing it through the knot in the fence, seems like you would be the person who would know exactly what goes on over there.
The only thing that goes on over there is one of my neighbors tends to some plants in the backyard.
Who is that neighbor?
Gary.
I turn to the rest of the party. One of you needs to go dun dun.
All right.
I'm waiting for a dun dun.
Dun dun. I don't have a dun dun sound for us. Hold on, I think I can get one though.
I look at the rest of them, letting it know that why does he overintend the plants here?
He says he doesn't have enough room in his backyard for all the plants that he'd like to grow, and so he grows some in that backyard as well.
Interesting. Does Gary ever wear dark robes?
No, not usually. He's usually not wearing robes. Breeches and trousers or tunics and that sort of thing.
Have you ever known him to cackle?
Cackle?
Yes. Like when
Not that
somebody
I can think of, but I mean, who doesn't cackle at one time or another?
You mentioned what you do for a living?
Me?
Yeah.
I live off of my husband's pension.
What did he do?
really distracting to interrogate you this way. Can you please perform some sort of other menial activity while we're interrogating? I'll hand her the hoe. Perhaps you'd like to hoe the garden.
She shrugs that off and goes over and starts doing the laundry, pulling it off of the line and shaking it out. Looks up and says, I think it's going to rain this evening. I got to get this in before the water starts coming down.
Absolutely, ma'am. Tell us more about your relationship with Gary here.
He's just a neighbor. Why are you asking about Gary? What's wrong with him, huh?
Interesting. So does he harvest these plants back here?
Well, why would you plant him if not to harvest them?
Interesting. So what was his association with your husband?
Gary? My husband?
Gary with Sid, if he comes over and gardens here.
They were friends.
Ma'am, I am legally required to inform you that pause was extremely suspicious.
All right, look. I never had a husband, okay? That's Gary's old house. He put it in... It's in the name of Sid. And he told me that I could look after it, and if I needed to rent it out, that I could. All right? I'm supposed to sort of care for it and make sure that no one really bothers it.
Except for Gary, when he's there.
Well, it's his house. It's in his name. I just pretend to own it.
What's the significance of the name Sid?
She shrugs. I think it just went well with Nancy.
Ma'am, it's a matter of public record that Sid and Nancy did not go well together.
What are you talking about? They were great together, I thought.
Horribly.
Did it? Well, I mean, he died, so... At least that's the story.
To your knowledge, has Gary ever gone on a long vacation to a neighboring country?
Not for some time.
Oh.
His days of traveling are long behind him, I believe.
People's days of traveling are always behind them.
That's a good point. So I don't know what you want me to say.
Do you happen to know where he traveled?
Far, far overseas. Aradon, I believe.
Interesting. When he went on this trip, did he bring it? There you go. Did he bring any black turtlenecks?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't pack his bags for him. Look.
Were they like
he's my neighbor.
Darker shade of black?
He's my neighbor. I don't pack his clothes for him. I just make sure that that property stays undisturbed, okay?
Have you ever known him to wear trench coats and a fedora?
No.
Pulled down?
No.
Have you ever seen him carrying a briefcase?
Can I see your legal orders? Who are you to question me in my yard, huh? Do any of you have any official papers? Or any of you deputies of the sheriff?
I take out my briefcase, open it up, pull out my law book, and says, "This marks me as an attorney of a stare. This is an official holy symbol."
Ooh. She meekly complies.
You know, for looking after your neighbour's property, it's in a very large state of disrepair. And it appears lots of people have gone in there.
Well, what are you doing anyway, huh? What's the big deal? Why are you questioning people? What's going on?
Investigating a crime.
What crime? What happened? To who?
We're not at liberty to discuss ongoing investigations, ma'am.
Well, then I'm not at liberty to tell you anything.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Official attorney of a stare. This is within his jurisdiction, ma'am.
Yes, it is. Okay, all right, fine. What do you want? What do you want? I'm tired of this. I just want to get on with my day. So ask all your questions and I'll answer them and then you'll let me go and I'll continue going about my day normally.
Well, you say that you didn't see Gary.
No, I didn't see Gary. I haven't seen him in a couple of days.
And you definitely didn't see someone climbing over the fence.
No, the only person I saw
Despite
climbing
the
over the
fact-
fence was him, she says, pointing at Armand.
Armand, did you do it? No, wait.
Yep, it was me.
So I turn to the rest of them and say, well, it seems we have no further questions. And I give a big wink, which you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps we should let her go about her day.
Yes.
That sounds like a great idea.
I go, ma'am, if you happen to think of anything that you've forgotten to tell us, you will let us know, right?
Fine,
Happen
fine.
to spy anything?
Yes, I'll tell you anything. Where would I find you?
At Shenanigans.
Okay.
Does
If
it
someone were to
outscreech
send
it big
bugs, tell us to stop digging, they would find us at Shenanigans.
Okay.
Not
Bye,
that that
then.
could happen.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I want to be the last to leave and ask
Okay.
her about, does the owl screech at midnight?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, I'll leave.
I'm gonna go dig up the other backyard.
Well,
All
I
right.
think to the others, maybe we should keep an eye out for when she does go about the rest of her day.
Mm-hmm.
See if she
Yes.
goes to report to somebody.
All right. I can hide in shadows out the front and just stake her out.
Maybe the rest of us should go look at Gary's house, the other Gary's house,
Mm-hmm.
and see if he's actually there. I mean, we did come down here to find Gary.
Hmm.
And we also haven't even talked to Margaret.
That's true. You haven't seen her at all. So where are we going? Are you guys just digging up the yard,
I'm
right?
digging up that yard.
Well, I'm going to spy Nancy, see if she goes somewhere alarmed or something.
Okay. So one of you's digging up the yard. One of you spying on Nancy. There's two others of you. What are you guys doing? Randall
Let's
and
go to Gary's house. Instead
Okay.
of just right over there, then I'm assuming this is all within shouting distance.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're being attacked by things that first level fighters can't defeat.
Okay. We go to Gary's house. You knock on the door. Gary opens it. Oh, hello. Have you found the criminals yet?
No, we haven't, Sid.
Excuse me? I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh, perhaps you could tell us more about that.
Oh. I come from far, far away. The continent, not the continent, the old kingdom of Eridon is where I originally hail from. Was the name given to me at birth. Sid. I got rid of it ages ago. Changed my last name too when I got older. Wasn't born old man, you know. Who would name a young person old man? Well, I guess I did to my children, but that's their problems, not mine. Technically speaking, though, I only changed my name after they had grown up. A little awkward forcing them to change the name to match, but it worked out.
Before you were old man, were you Sid Young by any chance?
No, I wasn't. My uncle is a count in Eridon. I wanted to hide my nobility, so I changed my name to something innocuous. Who would ever suspect Gary Oldman of being a foreign noble?
Interesting. So I couldn't help but notice you walk with a cane.
Yes, my hip gave out back last time I visited the homeland.
Oh, your hip gave out and you've got a cane. So definitely not the sort of person who would be able to climb a fence about yay high.
Or do I look like I could climb a fence, you young whippersnapper?
I don't know. Are you sure you this morning didn't climb the fence behind Sid's house?
What do you mean, Sid's house? Who have you been talking to?
So we're asking the questions here.
Well, I just asked a question. That makes 2 of us.
Yes, but only one of us is doing an investigation.
I'm investigating you, but you're supposed to be investigating on my behalf. What are you trying to get at? What are you getting at, sir? You think I stole my money and then reported it as stolen? To what ends?
That's what we're going to find out.
Fine. You want to know about the house? Ask about the house.
So, you tend the garden behind that house.
I do.
Why is that?
How far down the rabbit hole do you really want to go?
I want to dig down past Alice. That's how far I want to go.
Then get your friends and come inside. I have a tale for you.
All right, I go find them. Guys, plot twist.
All right, do you want to watch for Nancy then?
Yeah,
All
we're going to get the plot twist here.
Am I done digging up the yard now?
And
No, it's gonna take you days to dig up the yard. But you haven't found anything yet. Like, you might be, an inch down all over the place. But it's a big yard. It'll take you forever to dig.
Yeah, and we don't both go out and leave him to skedaddle. Hedgerman's like, stay here and keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't disappear while I go get the other.
Right.
All right.
All right. The whole party reconvenes.
All right.
He sits you down. My name, by birth, is Sid Vicious.
Rig.
I am the great nephew, or the nephew, of the former leader of Fortune, Count Vicious. Now my nephew is in charge. Down there. I went to Eridon on behalf of the crown here in Drekis in an attempt to poison my nephew and kill him. As you noted before, I have a variety of toxic plants in my yard. Well, the truth is I had 4 jobs. I was a tinker, a tailor, a soldier, and a spy. But you never would have known. Anyway, for reasons I can't disclose to you that are beyond your pay grade, I was sent to murder my nephew. The plants in the yard under the name of Sid are used to disguise the flavors of toxins. That's why we have durian and jasmine, strong, overpowering flavors in which you could easily hide poisons. That's why I was in Eridon. That's why that house is in the name of Sid. And that's why I have toxic plants around.
You're far more lucid now, sir, so are you aware of who else has a key to your residence, or did they pick the lock?
The only people that have keys to my residence are my dead wife, my son, and my daughter.
Would any of them been
You
compromised
don't even
by
have a key to your own home, is what you're saying?
Of course I have a key to my own home.
Oh, changing your story now.
Well, I thought that much was obvious. Come on now.
Also, such an amazing spy, yet you leave your money under your floorboards and it's easily stolen.
I told you, it's a matter of disguise. It's like the lock on the front of your house. It doesn't actually keep out people who want to get in. The lock on your front of the house just makes it so it's difficult, so that someone would have to have a certain amount of effort put in to get in your house. Anyone can break a window. The lock on your door doesn't truly keep people out. It keeps casual criminals out. If you want to keep the serious criminals out, you need better security. And my security is security through obfuscation. We hide the treasure, and that way they won't know where it is. If I put a locked box somewhere, they would know that it was in there and try and steal it. The mechanism of hiding is the lack of information, you see.
So your dead wife has a key.
Yes.
And we don't know about the necromancer stuff.
Sir, was the only thing in that chest gold?
We don't need to know the contents, but is there other sensitive
there
information that
top
was
secret
taken.
documents that could bring this administration down in that box?
No. Nothing like that. There were some old tools of my trade in there.
Yeah. A man with black robes who cackled, who swapped shoes.
Sir, do you own any dark robes?
He points to his bedroom and says, "You can search for yourself. I know you won't take my word for it anyway."
I say, but didn't you just tell us that you don't put things in the obvious place?
Well, then no. I don't have any black robes. But if I was hiding them, they would be hidden in a spot where you couldn't see them. So you either have to search my house or take my word
Sir,
for
that's
it.
the very definition of hidden, where you can't see them.
Look, why would I hire you?
Me.
Why would I hire you to... Excuse me. Hire you to find things that I took from myself? Why would I steal from myself? It makes no
Make us
sense.
patsies.
And what?
For the insurance.
What insurance?
Do
There's
you
no
have
insurance
a
on... There's no
written-
homeowners insurance yet.
Where was your wife buried?
In the
town?
graveyard. Yes.
Oh, the graveyard in town.
Yes.
Would there be any former spies out to get revenge for your poisonings?
I suppose it's possible that an enemy agent tracked me back here and found where I lived. But why would they steal my stuff, and why wouldn't they just kill me?
Maybe they
That's-
mean to frame you?
Frame me for stealing my own things?
No. Use your tools to poison someone and make you a renegade in your own country.
It
Sir,
clicks
could
in
you-
his brain.
Could you indulge me by just cackling a little bit? Sir, was that your actual cackle, or were you just cackling at my request?
I was cackling at your request. It's been a long time since I've cackled. I haven't really done anything cackle-worthy as of late.
Well, I meant, I can see where that's confusing. Were you cackling as complying with my request, or cackling laughing at my request?
I was cackling in compliance.
Ah, okay. How did the cackle sound? Did it sound No, I was asking the universe, sir. Sorry, I can see where that was confusing.
Oh, right. It does not sound in your head like the cackle that you heard.
Can I try to imitate that cackle and see if he would recognize it?
I think that's a 1,000,000 to 1 chance of working. Give me a D100.
You have acting?
I've got high charisma.
Just give me a D. You'd have to. I think it's too difficult to mimic someone's cackle that you only captured with a thought capture, and then for him to recognize it is like. If it is recognizable, it would be so hard to make this happen. Are your tabs working yet?
I've actually opened a new one. I closed it down in
Ah.
Firefox and then reopened it.
Lovely.
Roll a D100.
D100. No. You cackle like you heard him laugh, but he doesn't recognize it. No, I don't know.
Well, interesting, sir. Sid, we'll continue our investigation. Anything else you need to tell us that may be relevant? So we don't have to
I
come
came
back.
to you. I came to Desmond to try and solve this problem. I went for the greatest,
Adventure.
something like that. Yes, the person with the greatest amount of skill I could think of. I'm clearly here trying to get my money back because I have nothing else to live on. Look, I'm too old to be a spy anymore. I just need my money, otherwise I'm never going to be able to make it these last few years, or months, or weeks, or days, or however long I have left to live. I am 95 years old, you know. Or 85? 85 or 95? What decade is it?
What decade is it?
I can't remember.
It's the one with the avocado toast, sir.
Oh, God. It's too expensive.
It's
Move south
delicious.
of the border. Certainly.
All right. We have to
Really
check the
think
status of all the keys.
You really say it's expensive when your generation was spending how much a week on cigarettes?
Look, avocados are like $2 to $3 an avocado. You know how much a pack of cigarettes is? Or was back in my day?
Sir, back in your day, a pack of cigarettes would last you like half a day.
But they cost 25 cents for a pack. And now an avocado is $5, $3. It's just
How
not
much
right.
was an avocado back then?
We didn't have them yet. They weren't imported at the time. That was that weird southern dish.
All right. So you can confirm you've got your house key. It hasn't been taken.
Yes, right here. And he pulls out a house key from underneath his shirt.
All right. We just have to find the location of all the house keys and see which one's missing. Or if none of them are missing, one of the people with the house keys was the ones who accessed the house.
Why haven't you done that yet then?
Well, we got distracted.
You got distracted, digging up my yard, coming over here, interrogating me, accusing me of stealing my own stuff. Why, you're the worst detectives I've ever seen. Every last one of you is terrible.
Sir, I take that as a compliment because I'm not a detective. I'm an ace attorney, ace writer, ace attorney.
Wait, there's two aces
Well,
now.
I'm not going to give you that bone I promised you if you don't find my stuff. So if you want your pro bono, then find my money.
Sir, did your old tools of your trade that someone might have gone to that house to acquire include a set of lockpicks?
Of course.
Well, we had to get into the house first. So the lockpicks weren't helpful except on the way out. Unless, of
You
course,
wouldn't
this is a
need
master spy.
lockpicks on the way out since you could just lock it from the inside.
Unless the person had already been inside the house when you locked it.
You sure? Are you familiar? Any of you have a what do you call it? A healing proficiency?
Yeah,
I do.
or got first aid.
You do?
I have a healing proficiency.
Then you must know the term zebra, right?
Yeah.
When you think, I'm sorry, when you're looking for something unusual, you hear horse. No. When there is something happening and you hear horse hoof beats, you think horses, not zebras, right? So,
Unless you're in the plains.
and then you think horses and not zebras. Because
But
horses are
there's zebras in the plains.
Third act,
well, there's
you
horses in
find
the
out-
plains, and they're more common than zebras. That's the whole point of the analogy, is that the horses are the more common ones.
Well, yeah, sure, here in the city.
Oh my god, Lord, fuck it! Get out of here! Get out of my house!
You're overlooking one key fact, sir. Of course, people assume horses, but in the third act, you find out that there was a zebra. And
Or
then
maybe-
it all comes together.
Or maybe you're so busy thinking it's something else that you've missed the answer that's right in front of your nose all along. Have you not seen Detective Gregory before? He always finds out in the last act that it was a simple answer that he had just overlooked at the beginning. You're looking for zebras when you should be looking for horses.
Oh, so you suspect your children took the money then?
What? I don't suspect anyone. I hired detectives to solve this for me, and it's not working.
Well, they're the only ones with the keys. Unless
Get out!
someone's exhumed-
Get out of my house. I'll find new detectives. You're all off
Alright.
the case.
No.
Slams the door in your face. We're gonna take our last break. We'll see you guys on the other side.